Alright, hello everyone. I just want to start by saying thank you for watching this video. Thank you for following this channel. And if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and the like button for this video. Okay. Into it. So they don't know y'all, so I'm gonna introduce y'all. For those who don't know, this is my brother Caleb.
Hi.
What's your Instagram name?
It's Caleb_Odom.
Caleb_Odom.
CHALEB.
Okay.
_ODOM.
You will also know Caleb by some of my intro music because it's actually featured, with his stuff. So y'all follow him. He's got some projects coming, hopefully soon. Soon. All right, and we're gonna also introduce this lovely lady here. What is your name?
Makiyah James.
Say it louder so the people can hear you.
Makiyah James.
All right.
My Instagram is She's So Exclusive K. I'm gonna insert it right there.
I sure will. So I didn't know you had an Instagram, but I'll follow you up there. So I was right here. This is what day is this? It's January
25th.
25th. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's our bonfire, and I had something I wanted to share, and I thought about it as we were getting this fire together. So if anybody's ever built a fire, the process to building one is kind of strenuous. It's a lot of work to get it going. And this entire time, I want you to imagine this fire being your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you're trying to reach. Let's say Caleb has a project that he's working on musically. Maybe you want to open a salon. And I don't know what you want to do. What you want to do?
I want to start selling lashes.
So she wants to have a business of some sort, a cosmetic business. And those are booming right now. And so anything that you have to have a fire. You have to have a passion for whatever it is that you do. Because if you don't, you're going to give up on it. And so the process of a fire, it starts out with a tinder. What we used tonight was, for as far as our tinder, was lint from the dryer. So what was the other things that we put them in? Some dryer sheets, some twigs. These were random things that didn't seem significant. And a lot of the times when you're building a fire, when you're going on towards a goal, the little things feel like they're insignificant. But I want to remind y'all that, if someone encourages you, say, you know what, I like your idea for a lash business. How do I get, or whatever they do, or if they offer you, I can build you a website. That may seem like just a small favor, but these little things build a fire. And it's important not to forget the little things. So I want y'all to think about this. What are the little things that you have now that you can start with to start a fire? There's other components to a fire. After you have your tinder, it's going to take other pieces that are mid-size. Those mid-sized pieces could be actual steps that you take towards your goal, things that you actually do. It takes work to get the mid-sized pieces. Then finally, you have the big logs, like the big one we have at the bottom. Y'all probably can't see it. But that's the main source. That's what's going to burn for a long time. And so whatever your passion is, whatever your fire is, you got to fuel it. And you have to know, you have to know the degree of a fire and how to build one. Because if you don't, you just kind of go into doing anything. And so that brings us back to one thing we talked about with SMART goals. Like, how is that process of starting something? Y'all both are seniors in high school, right? So they're about to take big steps in their lives, and now is the time to really choose those SMART goals and take that time to say, you know what? I want to do something different. I don't want to, maybe college isn't for you. Maybe the traditional route isn't for you, or maybe it is. And you have to have a SMART goal or a goal set in mind, like, okay, how am I going to plan this? How am I going to do it? So I want to know from y'all, what are the small things that you feel? This is a hard question, and you're going to have to think about it. You might not know right off the top of your head, but why do you think that the small things don't feel as important? Let's say somebody encourages you to, go ahead and start that business.
I mean, people can say you go ahead and start that business. But me personally, I feel like your person is not really helping you towards it, like physically. Like you could always say, go ahead and start that business. But if you're not like, send me sites for a vendor, send me sites on how to do this, give me the steps towards it. And I'm not saying that I always need the steps because I can always find out myself, but try to enable me more towards doing it instead of just saying it.
Right.
Because anybody could say it,
Right.
but are you really going to help me to do it?
Right. And so, I guess another thing too you could say is like, how do you know those people that are there for that? Because it could be simply somebody just sent to encourage you, and that's tender. That's something small. But how do you differ between the people that are meant to be there to help push you on in that? Because not everybody know how to do that. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, you should do," but they ain't got no input or no nothing on how to do it. And the crazy thing about y'all and everybody is that we all have our own path that we got to take. Ain't nobody ever done it before the way you want it to be done.
Right.
Even though there's other lash businesses, they're not like yours. What were you about to say? I see something on your lips.
I don't want to say that.
You were. I saw it.
But
Buckle it up.
I'm just saying, you gotta think about it. We had to do multiple different things to start this fire. Not everything's gonna work.
That's true.
So
That
you
is
gotta
so true.
you gotta figure out different ways that the best way that it will get it lit, the fire started. So
That's true. Because we tried a couple different things. We blew some. Where's that stuff at? We blew some.
Right, we didn't give up. Like we was determined to get this fire going.
Exactly.
So like you can't just give up when you start with one process and you think that's the one process.
Right.
It's gonna take multiple processes. Different little things.
Right.
One thing may work different. So
Yeah, we started with spraying it, making the fire big like that, and that worked for a little bit, but it wasn't sustainable. So you have to find like, what are your fuel sources? What are sustainable fuel sources in order to get your fire going? And that was a good point that you made. That it takes a couple of tries. So y'all that's watching this, I want to ask you. I want to encourage you too, like the things that you have right now set before you that you tried before and they didn't work the first time. You may have to rearrange the wood in the fire. You may have to rearrange your process of thinking of how you did this or how you're going to do it. Because as you can see, this fire may look small, but it's getting some heat.
all right.
My knees is warm. And I think too, what do y'all think about this comparison? Because I know if I were to see this fire versus when I've seen bonfires be like before, I was thinking, oh man, this is it's small, it's kind of insignificant. But
You just putting doubt into it.
yeah, you put doubt when you start comparing.
All right.
And that raises that conversation of, when is it ever okay to compare yourself or compare something that you're doing to somebody else's?
It's not, because like at the end of the day, it's still gonna be different.
That's true.
You could follow a recipe, but it is still your own when you think about it.
You
Right.
gotta have your own originality.
Got to have your own what?
Originality.
Say it loud so the people can hear you, because that's the point.
You have to have your own originality.
Right.
Things.
So whatever it is, like if it's starting a business or
Making music.
making music, like that's even a harder one, because it's so easy. Like, I know as being a singer, or I'm not really a musician, but well, it's the same thing. But being a singer, you want to compare where you are with other people. You take your art so to heart, and it's hard to kind of, like, when people say, oh, maybe you should add or take away, you're like, ugh. You know, this came from me.
Right,
This came from
me.
my soul. Like, I literally had to work this out.
Right.
And it's difficult accepting that input, but sometimes it is helpful.
100%.
And so that could be a thing too. Like, maybe there's some times in your goal setting, in your business venture, that somebody adds something or says, maybe you should apply this. And that goes back to finding those right people. How would you identify the right person to be a part of your
Business.
vision for what you want to do in your business?
I mean, it's always a difference in critiquing
a little bit
and
louder.
It's always a difference.
It ain't louder. You just show more teeth. Come on. Louder.
It's always a difference in critiquing a person and actually trying to help a person. And me personally, you can always say, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. But are you saying that to improve it? Or are you saying that just to change it to what you think it should be?
Right. Well, that's true. So what kind of people would you look for? What in a person would you look for then?
That's all.
Yeah, it's, and you may not have an answer to this. I'm just asking to get y'all thinking like, ooh,
What type of people I would look for?
what kind of people do you want in your circle for that kind of business?
Well, I would want to see people that have actually been around it and have like seen it like
That's,
manifest in front of their eyes.
yeah. Now think about it. How many people do you actually know?
That's hard to come by. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna have to reach out, connect.
Yeah,
And at the
definitely.
same time, whoever you connect with, you don't know how many people they know.
They know. Yeah.
That's true. So connection and let's say community is important in whatever it is that you're trying to do.
And it don't hurt to keep pushing. Like,
Yeah.
ain't no reason to stop. You know?
Right.
Because you may never know where it comes across.
And you know never who's looking at you, who sees you.
That's true. You'd be surprised, like the people that you don't think would pay attention to what you're doing are the ones that say, "Oh man, that's interesting. That's something I want to be a part of. That's something I want to do."
I feel like those are the best people to have around.
Yeah.
People that look at you from a distance and see that
Right.
you going somewhere.
Yeah. Because the problem with like trying to do everything on your own, which I've done that before, like trying to do it all on my own, like say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, is that you don't have perspective on something. When you have a community of people, or a group, or whatever we call it now, circles, clique of people. I don't think clique is the right term, but when you have that group of people around you that you know are going to support you, I want to throw this in the fire so bad, but
I mean, it might bring it river.
it might just do something crazy.
It jumped from point A to all the way to point Z.
Right. So that's what I can see. A lot of people when they like as far as music,
When you start out.
they want that hit song, but you're
Right.
not gonna have that off the top. Like so, people. That's where people limit themselves.
It's not at first
To just one
Yeah, they
song.
want that one song to be.
a hit,
Yeah.
and it's not. You're
It's
not going to
not.
be a one-hit wonder.
Right. So it's like
And then when you look at the people that are one-hit wonders, how many other songs do they have before that?
not
They
many.
had whole albums.
Yeah.
Like they had whole albums out.
And it's just that one song.
Yeah.
So you can't like just really do one thing
Mm-mm.
and expect to
Blast off. in your career.
Right.
Yeah. There's a quote that says, "Success is being consistent with easy good habits, like easy habits to make over the course of 10 years." And so it made me think, okay, is what I'm doing right now, whether it's this or just overall the business ideas and all this health stuff I'm trying to do, am I willing to give it 10 years of hard work and consistency? And so you got to ask yourself that. Are you willing to take 10 years to work on your music? And then maybe you'll be, not maybe, but you will be successful. Maybe not off the basis of what other people call success,
Right.
but you may have built this empire or this whatever.
Most definitely empire.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
10 years. And how old are you? 18, 17? So by the time you're 27, which is crazy to think, by the time you're 27, and I'm what, 4 years away from that, to get an idea for what it looks like to run that kind of pace. Like if you're running a business, what are you gonna do? What does a day in and day out look like? Is your mind at a place to be a business owner? How organized are you with the things that you already have? Are you willing to give 10 years to whatever it is that you have, whatever dream, ambition that you got? That's what you have to ask yourself before you do it. Like, to be successful, can I give this 10 years? Not that saying that's going to take you 10 years to get to a place where you think you want to be, but it's something about, like, once you begin to build something, you want to continue to add on. There's a new phase of what you want to do later on.
It's like
So
building a house.
Right.
You can't build the walls without the foundation. You start the foundation and you keep on building up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like once you got the walls up, you just can't stop.
You can't even build the foundation to the ground. So
Right.
you know how the
Oh yeah,
ground
we're
is.
breaking the ground. Look
Yeah.
at you.
That wow. So what kind of ground are you working in? I talked about the analogy of planting seeds the other day, and how sometimes we have these goals, these dreams, and we want to plant, let's say, pumpkin seeds. Now, if you try to plant pumpkin seeds, anybody, I don't know much about agriculture, but I know enough that if I try to plant pumpkin seeds at this time of year, I ain't getting no pumpkins because it's too cold. Maybe I'm wrong, but you have to know what season you're in. Can you plant the kind of seeds, or is this the right season for the goal that you're trying to reach? If you got a lot of stuff going on at work and you know right now is not the time to try to go back to school, is it smart to do that? Is it, let's say you just get out of high school, which y'all are about to be, and you don't know what you want to do. Is the smart thing to do, what a lot of people do, is, I'm just going to go to a 4-year school and I'll decide after that.
No.
You're wasting your money.
Yeah, you're wasting your time and money, and unfortunately, that's what so many people were told to do. In my generation and before, they're told, go. And I'm not knocking school or education. You definitely take some form of education at a college at one point in your life, whether it's to master what you already have or take a trade or whatever it is. You need to take further education than just the public school system.
You gotta give a person the tools to be successful. It's like, example is Caleb does music. So he told me that he didn't write writing, so I got him a book so he can write stuff in it. So that was just me go ahead and manifest that he should start writing, and if he start writing, he can perfect his craft. So when he start recording, you already know what he's really doing.
I got one of your books that you wrote in. But yeah, so having the necessary tools. And maybe sometimes you don't really see what the tools are. You probably already have stuff that could be done. But see, you planted a seed to say, okay, here, look. Here's an actual designated area for you to actually use towards your writing. Mm-hmm. Not everybody has that, that
Push.
Yeah, that push to say, here, do this. Go for it. It's important to find those people that will do that, whether you ask them to or not. The other part of that too is, can you be that person for someone else? Because I'm a firm believer that if you push enough people to get where they're supposed to be, you're going to get where you need to be. If you take the same amount of energy and effort to push someone, you can't go nowhere but up. They're not going to forget those pushes. Yeah, they're not going to forget that push. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There's some people that have pushed me in areas that I didn't necessarily want to go in, but they were very beneficial.